Trailers are an important part of the marketing campaign. A good trailer tells you all you need to know about a movie and can generate a lot of hype for it, ensuring that it's at least talked about. Sometimes though, the movie itself can outclass the trailer and be even better than previously expected, and today we will rank the 10 times that this has happened. By the by, I'm the movie guy and let's start this list. In 2011, director Nicholas Winding Refn was set to take Hollywood by storm with his movie Drive. Starring the fantastic Ryan Gosling, the movie followed the Hollywood stunt actor who moonlights as a getaway driver. After trying to leave the life behind, he gets into trouble with some local gangsters. The film is an incredible character study, delving into themes of loneliness, modern masculinity, and the nameless driver's emotions always takes first place, leaving the action in second. However, the production team has edited a trailer that couldn't be further from the movie itself, positioning it as an action-heavy film starring the guy that played in The Notebook. Needless to say, fans were not happy when they watched the actual movie, but it soon garnered a cult following once its identity was finally understood, making Drive the victim of a bad trailer and a much better movie than expected. A big company like Disney know all about making a trailer, but they dropped the ball with the Little Mermaid's live-action adaptation. A young mermaid makes a deal with a sea witch to trade her voice for human legs. She wants to discover the world outside of what she already knew, to be adventurous, but the witch does not have her best interests at heart. Despite being a big financial success and enjoying some lukewarm reviews, I still think that the trailer let it down because it feels just like a generic live-action movie from the trailer when it's really not. It's a good movie for people of all ages. Halle Bailey is phenomenal as Ariel. This musical has well-written songs and are incredibly well performed. Sure, some people have been disappointed with the overall message of the movie, but if you don't try to go too deep into a Little Mermaid story, I think you'll have a lot of fun, something which the trailer didn't exactly suggest. Alex Garland took the indie scene by storm in his debut as a director, and Annihilation only confirmed that it was indeed no fluke. A biologist signs up for a mission inside an environmental disaster zone after her husband disappears. Initially presented in the trailer as just another sci-fi movie, the final product is anything but that. Annihilation is an atmospheric, existential descent into cosmic horror and identity. Led by the always great Natalie Portman and boasting an impressive side cast that includes Tessa Thompson, Benedict Wong, Oscar Isaacs and more, the film manages to scare you and amaze you at the same time, sort of like the world that Lena is dropped in, and Garland mixes the genres between horror and sci-fi masterfully well. It's a mind-bending slow burn movie, and usually that is not my favorite type of movie genre, but Annihilation is just too good to deny, and it's definitely a lot more than the trailer shows. If you would just go by trailer alone, you would think that Mean Girls is just another mid-teen comedy, but the movie was a whole lot smarter than that. Katie has an in with the most popular clique in school, that is, until she falls for the ex-boyfriend of the leader of this clique. The cast includes a who's who of comedy greats like Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, Neil Flynn, Tim Meadows, and stars future big deals like Lindsay Lohan, Rachel McAdams, and Amanda Seyfried. Of course, Tina Fey deserves the most plaudits here. She wrote a script that is both sassy and funny, which was made into a movie that actually gave hope for future teen comedy movies to be actually good. The trailer for some reason doesn't show these good parts, focusing on the new kid at the school trope. Mean Girls is so much more than another brochure for how difficult high school is, and it garnered the cult following in spite of its trailer. The only thing that the trailer to the movie The Grey manages to make fans interested in was the premise of Liam Neeson fighting wolves, and the wolf fighting is not even that interesting. Neeson plays Otway, and when his plane crashes in Alaska, him and his oil-working colleagues have to survive when they are being hunted by a pack of wolves. The trailer wanted you to think that this is a man versus nature action film, but it's a very reflective piece, expertly performed by Neeson, as he and his crew have to go through some intense emotional states during their adventures such as depression and nihilism. Sure, there is a wolf battle scene, but it's so far late in the movie and it's so different from what you would expect. The scene is not the beginning of the one-man army action part of the movie, but actually just a very dark scene. The Grey may have put off some fans because of this, but what it is much better than what was promised. The Bourne franchise is one of the best action franchises ever made, turned Matt Damon into an action star and spawned 6 movies. So why would the Bourne identity be on this list? Simple, the trailer sucked. A man is found almost dead by fishermen, and he's suffering from amnesia, so now he has to recover his memories while running away from assassins. The movie turned out to be one of the best balls-to-the-wall kind of movies. It never stops to get a breather. The fight scenes were slick and well choreographed. Later on in the sequels, they would popularize the shaky cam, but the trailer failed because it made the movie look not as good as other action movies from that same year like Minority Report and even Equilibrium, when in reality, The Bourne Identity is one of the best and most suspenseful action movies of the 2000s. One of the things that I hate about Thriller nowadays is that they give away too much of the story, but in the case of The Prestige, it's quite the opposite. It doesn't show enough. In the movie, we follow the rivalry of two magicians in the 19th century, one of them played by Christian Bale and the other played by Hugh Jackman. The story is incredible, the deep nuances, the unbelievable plot twist, but the trailer is very cryptic, and it doesn't even hint at the incredible layers in The Prestige. Sure, Christopher Nolan was a known and trustworthy commodity at the point of release, but sometimes you need more than that to go on. The film delivered what it mattered most, and is now considered one of the best movies of all time and really the best movie about magicians ever made. Spy is one of my favorite comedy movies of all time, and to be honest, judging by the trailer, this had all the makings of being a train wreck. A desk CIA analyst volunteers for an undercover mission. Starring Melissa McCarthy, I think that at the end of her career, this is going to be her best role. The thing is that the trailer focuses only on Melissa doing slapstick comedy over and over again, which seems to be a common trend in 2015, but thankfully it's more than that. This parody movie made me burst out laughing on a lot of occasions, all thanks to a very witty script from Paul Feig and of course to the performances of the actors. It's all about making fun of all the espionage tropes out there. There are some action scenes, but the movie is all about the comedy, a part that it nails easily. Man, DreamWorks really don't know how to market their animation movies, and if you want proof, look no further than How to Train Your Dragon. A young Viking starts forming a bond with a species that is the mortal enemies of Vikings, dragons. The trailer absolutely does not do the movie justice because it portrays it as another run-of-the-mill animal companion cliche movie. The trailer is filled with banter between the two and it totally avoids showing the complexity of the story. Sure, it's an animated movie, but trust me, there is depth here with Hiccup, the protagonist, basically trying to change the ancient long perception that his family believes the dragons are dangerous. It's all about living in peace and harmony, and it's weird that it was not advertised as that, because if you're trying to appeal to the children, they don't really make the decisions to go see a certain movie, their parents do, so show them that this movie would also be fun for them. Leaving the trailer aside, this movie was very successful and it spawned 2 more sequels and a live action adaptation, so in the end it all ended alright for DreamWorks. Remaking a classic movie is always a tough task to market because people will always think that the original was superior, and the trailer to Suspiria was not bad at all, it just wasn't as good as the original movie. A darkness engulfs the people inside a world-renowned dancing company, and people fall into it, others resist it. True horror fans decided to give this one a shot and they were not disappointed, as the movie is ambitious and atmospheric, the performances from the cast are flawless. I mean, Chloe Grace Moretz, Tilda Swinton, Dakota Johnson, these are very good actors. The thing about this one is that it's also divisive. Some consider it on par with the original, others see some flashes of brilliance, and others absolutely hate it, but it's horror art at its finest and it's outshone expectations. Did I miss a movie that totally surprised you after a weak trailer? Drop it in the comments, and hey, if you like the list, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe for more honest movie takes. Until next time, keep on watching movies, guys.